Hey guys, it's Snoo, and we're playing Last Epoch today. So I didn't really make a video talking about my plans for Last Epoch, but here we are. I'm in the middle of the game. I'm making the same build I did last time because I just loved playing that build. I am going to make a video talking about Last Epoch versus PoE, the gameplay, the feel of it. So that'll be coming later on, but today's focus is on the Circle of Fortune, which is right here, and the Merchants Guild, which is the other faction. So if we see here, we got 3 different factions. Forgotten Knights is the new one, and you get it with the other 2, but you have to choose between Circle of Fortune and Merchants Guild. Essentially, especially for the Path of Exile viewers out there, this is effectively a SSF faction versus a trade faction. That's not exactly the way it works, but they're interchangeable, and there are advantages to going with the Circle of Fortune. You get all kinds of extra loot. And then with the Merchants Guild, you get access to trade. But you cannot use items from one source into the other. So even though you can keep switching back and forth, it creates a lot of friction for the player. It gives you some stakes in your choice. And I think that's great because you got a lot of agency. There's a lot of stakes. There's friction and swapping. So to me, this is the hallmark of a good mechanic. But at any rate, it can create some issues the first time you play the game, and so I'm going to hopefully educate you on some things that I learned playing it blind last time in 1.0. It's a big deal for me, and maybe you want to go in blind and you want to experience that journey yourself. I don't blame you if you do. You can turn off the video, come back another time. But if you'd like to kind of bulletproof your mind on some things to watch out for when you switch, about the why to switch and how to start and the best strategies overall, this is going to be a great video for you, new player or if you've been playing a while. So, Circle of Fortune is definitely better to start off with, unless maybe you're doing like some sort of Giga group play stuff. You would want to have access to the items in trade, because of course trade is going to be the ultimate place to get the very best items. I crafted a lot of items from trade, and then I bought the 3 or 4 legendary power items off trade. It's gonna be really hard to get those things in Circle of Fortune. So if you're looking out for the long game, and you got to ask yourself the question, really, if you're gonna play, I don't know, let's say if you're gonna devote at least 50 to 100 playing hours into a cycle, I mean, personally, I would say we'll definitely do Merchants Guild in that case. If you're going to keep it short, especially just like 10 to 20, or maybe 30 playing hours, probably just go with Circle of Fortune, stay there. Don't mess with it. So this is going to be for people who are intending to play a little longer and maybe want to experience this swap. The main reason you would never start with Merchants Guild, other than, I guess a racing group or whatever, is because it's dead in the first couple days anyway. There's nobody there because players are naturally going with the Circle of Fortune, getting a whole bunch of extra loot that way, and then later swapping over when trade is a little more robust. Not like Path of Exile in that case. It takes a little while to get it going. But anyway, the Circle of Fortune is where I'm at right now. I have 3,000 3,350 favor. And you can see the reputation here, almost all the way to the full. There's a bunch of different reward ranks for that. I'm not going to go through detail about that. You can check that out somewhere online to see why some of these rewards are so good. You get all kinds of extra loot. You get increased chance of getting exalted items, increased chance of getting T7 affixes. But the problem is when these things happen, especially if it has a direct impact from Circle of Fortune, it forces the item into that faction only, such as this bow, which is a build enabling item that I have for this build. You see that purple icon there? That means it is tied or tethered to the Circle of Faction. But if I scroll over another item, not necessarily. There's nothing there, and it would look orange if it was tied to the Merchants Guild, and that's the case if you purchase it off trade. Then it would automatically be tied there. So these items that have a purple icon means that they essentially dropped as a result of the Circle of Fortune. Had I not been in that faction, I wouldn't have even seen these items. There does seem to be some buggy things, like if you send a regular item through the Nemesis cooker and it can magically show up with the Circle of Fortune icon. I just discovered that today. Very annoying. So hopefully that's a bug and they can fix that, but not sure. Anyway, I need to make sure, one big thing I have to make sure is that I have a gear set that is ready and available for the swap, because the second I drop this faction, I can no longer equip this bow, this ring, and these gloves. But everything else I can, because it's all clean and was found or looted by more conventional means. Also, I want to dump all my favors. Second biggest thing is I want to dump the favor, and I did that by doing all the prophecies. I have a few left over, but this was one huge thing I did was just kind of fulfill all the different prophecies. I mean, at one point I had like over 100,000 favor, and now, you know, you can do this kind of different ways. You certainly, prophecies in the beginning, when you need your build enabling uniques and stuff, you should go get the weapons. Like I started off with a weapon to get a dragon song. But obviously that creates a problem in the future because I can't use it later if it drops through the prophecy. The only thing you can use prophecies for that have a great deal of longevity and you can reap the rewards regardless of which faction you're on is this one here. And not the idols, but the runes and... let's see if I can see it, make it show up here. The glyphs. Though for some reason I can't get a glyph reward. And part of that is because I have extra runes right here. It is forcing a lot of runes on there. So these will, of course, carry over either way. And why you see that is because, you know, I got these 3 different ones here. And again, this is not some kind of guide about how to do the Circle of Fortune, but these were the 3 that I'm using. Very important, this one, I think. Leaves a lot of room open for the prophecies, for additional ones. But focusing lens for runes and glyphs is really important there. I mean, my goodness, if I can make a single glyph show up. Okay, here we go. And now, you know, I can pick this up or whatever, but, you know, I did all the monolith stuff that I wanted to do. Then I did all the dungeons, and I did all the campaign stuff, and I blocked the arena stuff, basically. And that left me with nothing else to do and left me a metric ton of runes and glyphs. I knew that glyphs of despair and removals, I was targeting those, are hard to get. Look at this. This is like day 4 of the cycle, and this is what I got already. All these things by focusing on that. And it's very easy to get. Oh, got an interruption here. Nutyax, thank you for that subscribe. All right, so we got a lot of creation runes, which are normally extremely rare. I've not even dropped one of these yet, but I got 20 of them and used one because of the prophecies, which was really good. Rune of Ascendance, I've already used about 100 of these trying to get boots and weapon, which can be crossed over if you get it through the Rune of Ascension and you put it in Nemesis and don't get unlucky. It will give you LP that way, or it will just automatically give you the legendary powers, and you can get a nice item that can go either faction, because if it's derived from the rune, it's not tied to the faction, even though I got the runes from the faction, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of the third biggest thing. So when you're using all of the favor that you get Circle of Fortune, prioritize the runes and glyphs. So yeah. Then you're ready to quit. Ready to leave shop. So here we go. I can spend the very last little bit I want maybe on just some random purchase here, but you know, I can't even afford it. So I've done what I needed to do, okay? I've ranked up or whatever. I got some core items, and I have some gear in the stash. We'll show you in a second. I have a gear set ready to go. I've spent the favor. I've got tons of runes and glyphs ready for crafting on the merchant guild side. But I need, oh yeah, I flipped over here. I need to leave the faction now. You must unequip faction items first. Alright, so that is again the gloves, the ring, and the bow. Might be idols as well, potentially. But all my idols are clean here, so this should work. Okay, leaving Circle of Fortune, reset your favor, blah, 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 blah. You lose all active prophecies, you lose the favor, but you don't lose reputation. So I can go back to this and farm more prophecies, more runes, more glyphs for crafting a merchant guild later if I want. Alright, you can see I got nothing going on here. 0. And this is why it's really important to have a gear set ready, because I can't just automatically buy things from the Merchants Guild. You have to level up that faction. You have to at least have some kind of baseline gear set. For me, you know, I'm in the Empowered Monoliths, so I have some monoliths that are only corruption level 100. And I know my gear set can do that. I was doing up to 300 corruption in other places, but this will certainly be doable. So we're now in the Merchants Guild. Dialogue, okay. Join the faction. I guess I automatically get a little bit. Alright, good. So everything is fine. And now these are X'd. I can no longer use these items. Very important to know this, okay? Keep extra gear sets of other items that you can use, and this is the next best bow that I have is clean. It's not as good as this one. I really need the crit hybrid roll, but I can handle 100 corruption without a crit hybrid roll. It'll be okay. The ring, I don't know. Ring's in here somewhere. I remember the ring I'm using. It's this one. A very good ring here. And armor, gloves, yeah, I can't. This, I might have actually dropped the ball here and not remembered to get this one. Well, actually, I think it might be these. I think it's these were the last ones I was using. So there's going to be some issues with the resistances. You might want to double check before you do this, because it's going to, you know, cramp all your resistances out. But this is fine. I can get by on 100 corruption with this setup. No big deal. And these you can just trash or buy them later. I'm just going to trash them because I don't want to mess with that in the stash. However, the stash system is really nice. And now these, I can still use these again once I switch back to Circle of Fortune, just for some quick farming of crafting materials if need be. So I'll just throw these back over here. Actually, should probably keep those items in a special place, but now I might suggest making another tab here and making it like Circle of Faction tab and Merchants Guild tab, maybe, but yeah, we'll just put it here for now. That's good. I'm cooking up some more bows when I get the chance, and we got a functional build that is obviously a little bit weaker, but it will soon be much, much stronger because I will have been able to purchase, 3-4 LP items. I'll be able to purchase amazing exalted gear to slam into it. I'll be able to purchase legendary straightforwardly later on once I level it up. And it levels more quickly this time because I'm going to get more experience because I'm already farming empowered monolith. So, works out nice. That's it for the video. I just wanted to give you guys some major tips for the swaps. People keep asking me in the chat, why are you swapping? What's the deal with that? Which faction do you want to choose? A lot of different layered questions there. Some are more beginner-esque questions. Some are a little bit more advanced. So here's a total, kind of a total package. Maybe not talking super in depth about everything, but this gives you an idea, hopefully. Those are the things to watch out for. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you've made any major mistakes swapping one faction to another like I did last time. Or, how this video is able to help you in your playstyle. Hopefully your build's going well. I know there's definitely some issues with the game right now with some builds not quite working as well as they should, or some lag issues and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to continue playing Last Epoch for another few days. I want to definitely see this progress through the end with the Merchant Guild. Now I have to figure out how the trades economy is working, which is another giant task. Anyway, I'm up for it. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.